Okay, it's time to tell the news because I am excited to tell of what today's story is. It's my favorite old-time story about a boat. It all started in 1912. The Titanic hit an iceberg and sank, claiming 1,500 lives. In 2023, it claimed 5 more lives. Welcome to News Channel 14. Stockton was a smart little boy. He had a dream to be an astronaut, to be the first one on Mars. He watched Star Wars and he watched Star Trek, which was not very good at all. Anyways, Stockton realized he wasn't going to be able to go to space. But he did realize that all the cool stuff was actually underwater. Stockton created a company called OceanGate that would explore the ocean and give tours to the Titanic. He had a vision that there was going to be cities underwater, but that never came. Bringing people to the bottom of the ocean is dangerous and expensive. Stockton realized that in order to do what he wants to do, he's going to have to break some rules and regulations. He's going to try to prove these people wrong. The early days of OceanGate were all about safety and making submarines that were easier to control and more simple. Yeah. OceanGate's first sub was called Antipodes. I think I'm calling it right. It was like their most safest sub that they have or had. It can withstand 100 feet of water pressure. That's pretty good, but it's nowhere near the Titanic. Isn't that right, audience? Yeah, that's right. The name of the first custom-built sub was Cyclops, which was going under sea trials. Cyclops was meant for a lot of people to drive because of its more simple design, but it wasn't the most simplest yet. To control Cyclops, they used a PS4 controller. And to let you know, audience, it's pretty common for the military to use PS4 controllers for military vehicles and weapons. Anyways, the submarine was ready to go in 2015. Cyclops was not the final product. Cyclops 2 began development a few years later. Stockton didn't like the name Cyclops 2, so he renamed it to Titan. Now I have to tell you about the past and how they are going to be making this submarine and how they chose a unique material that you never want to. APL, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Anyways, University of Washington, they worked on the mechanical stuff and the controller for the Titan submarine. Yeah. I need to get better at pronouncing whatever it means. Anyways, let's move on. April 3rd, 2016. They did their third pressure test. They want to go 4,000 meters. There is a chance of an implosion, which happened to the first test that they did. They used carbon fiber, which is a stringy material, It holds together by special glue and what is the name of it? Resin. It's very strong, but it can also snap under pressure. So yeah, they also added this thing called an acoustic monitoring system, which picks up on little snappy noises in case the submarine implodes. In 2021, their real-time acoustic monitoring system, it would work, but it wasn't reliable enough. Because the kind of testing they would have to do to hear all those little strings break, it would be a lot. And no human is going to want to do that at all. OceanGate and Boeing collabed. Since Boeing knows a lot more about carbon fiber since they use it for their planes in the sky. Anyways, Boeing provided some blueprints on how they could get started on the Titan submarine. At least the main hull of it to keep the people safe. The acoustic monitoring systems worked because they were hearing the cracking sound of the carbon snapping. They made it to 2,754 miles, but the submarine, meters, but the submarine imploded. At least the model of it. Stockton said all tests are good, and he, hold on real quick, let me check something. Stockton said all tests are good, and he proved that the acoustic monitoring system could work. Anyways, 3 months later, it failed again. And Boeing sent a letter saying the submarine is at high risk at 4,000 meters. The exact spot, at least, where they have to go to visit the Titanic. OceanGate and Boeing stopped working together. So yeah. June 2016. Stockton Rush took the Cyclops to another wreckage, but someone else was supposed to be piloting, but Stockton was just a little too stubborn that day, so he took the Cyclops into a giant wreckage. I don't know the name of the boat, since I couldn't find it. But yeah, they got stuck underneath it a little, so the other person who was supposed to pilot, he took control and got them out. The Titan submarine had a carbon fiber hull, and it had titanium... hold on, let me reword this. A titanium dome in the back, and a titanium dome door in the front. Except the window they chose, it was either made out of acrylic or glass, except it wasn't meant to go down to Titanic water pressure at all. And be quiet. Anyways, let's see what is next. Titan's first deep ocean dive test. Dive 39. Acoustic sensors were going off. Stockton Rush was inside the submarine and had to go back up to the surface. If your acoustic monitoring sensors are going off and it's showing snapping, that is not good at all, and you do not want that to happen. Anyways, let's see what's next on these 4 pieces of paper. Oh, this is next. Okay. Let's get started with this topic, of course, same one. Anyways, it took 4 months until they did their next dive. Dive 47. They can still hear the carbon breaking, but they went on it, and then they got off. And it seemed while they were inspecting it, someone found a crack, a big one. So, yeah. And people kept on getting fired in this company because Stockton didn't want to raise any safety concerns. Wow, such a great person. And in case you're wondering, I'm using sarcasm. So yeah. They began work on another carbon fiber hull, since the last one had a huge crack in it. They made another test model too, but that one failed even earlier than the one before. Summer 2022, OceanGate invited a reporter to go on the Titan submarine so they can get more customers to pay and maybe play Russian roulette. But oh well. Anyways, they went down on the dive. Everything went well. They had their people called the mission specialist, even though they should be called paying customers on this tour. But yeah, I didn't call them that at all. So let's see what's the next thing on the paper that I have to say. Oh, okay, more stuff about this, of course. The acoustic sensors for the carbon fiber on Dive 80 were different. They dove down to the Titanic, and as they were coming up, they heard a huge noise that sounded like a gun. Even people from the surface heard it. But Stockton assured them that it was probably just the metal falling back in place. So yeah, they did nothing about it, just like any good company should not do, because they weren't a good company. Anyways, time to see what's next. The Titan submarine was left on the docks, out in the freezing cold temperatures. And Mr. Beast was invited onto the Titan submarine. Good thing he didn't go, because he would have been one of the 5 dead ones. Anyways, let's see what else is next. Oh, this is definitely going to be fun. Okay, next up, Spring 2023, Scuba Jack contacted OceanGate to go down to the Titanic, and they let him on. Anyways, they were out on sea for a couple days, but after 9 days, it didn't go well. The weather was horrible, and yeah, on day 9, they actually got in the submarine, and they were going down. But as they were going down, fog rolled in, so they had to be brought back up, and they canceled that dive. So yeah, let's see, I think we're getting close to the last dive, maybe. Keep reading my papers, too bad I didn't bring my glasses with me. Oh well. Wow, we made it so far. This is just a crazy story. It's time for the last dive. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the Titan submarine used a Logitech gaming controller. And there's something very special about the Logitech gaming controller. It was known to disconnect on gaming consoles a lot. Yeah, that sounds great, doesn't it? And what else is this? You also have to sign a waiver that says the submarine is experimental and you could possibly die. But you know, people just signed it anyways and it went down. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. We are now making it to the end. Finally, I won't have to keep talking because it's getting real annoying. And it's already 10:41 p.m. actually. This clock, it's just very broken. Yeah, so anyways, let's speed run this. Actually, I think we'll go to a different place. Let's go to the green screen. And yeah, there wasn't enough room to put it inside, so I put it outside. In the video of when I start to edit this, or yeah, the video I'm making, hopefully the green screen works. If it doesn't, I'll just do a cheap job of putting a picture. But here we go. June 18th, 2023, Dive 88. 5 crew members are sealed into the Titan submarine. At 8 a.m., the Titan submarine was launched from the Polar Prince, which is the boat. At 9:28 a.m., the Titan was descending 33 meters per minute. At 9:53 a.m., Titan submarine lost communication with Polar Prince temporarily. At 10:42, Titan sent a message saying dropped 2 weights. But Mrs. Rush heard a pop noise from the radio earlier, except the message at 10:42 was actually sent later, but since their Wi-Fi wasn't good, it took time. So yeah, 10:42 a.m. there was no survivors, since they all died. There was only crushed remains of them left. And yeah, the Coast Guard wasn't called until like 8 hours later, which yeah, caused a whole thing of its own. So let's see, news stories. Everyone was going crazy, the public. And there was reports of banging noises, but no one still knows what that is to this day. Yeah. And like 2 hours after they left the boat, yeah, they died. We thought they were still alive for like 7 days, I think. Yeah. Well, that's everything I could tell you for now, since the script is over and I have nothing else to read. And to let you know, I will be putting up the names of the 5 people, hopefully on this green background. So yeah, and I hope whatever's making that noise is somewhere else, not around here. Anyways, that's all for now. I also bought some tickets for a Titan submarine. So come on, let's go on an adventure for the last of this video. Anyways, here's the newsroom. You're probably wondering, what is this button for? Well, I'm about to show you. Yeah, the entire platform could move. And we will be going to the Titan submarine, since, yeah, for some reason it's here, and it got built by some mysterious other company called Ocean Gate 2. I'm sure they're not a rip-off company, am I right? Nothing bad happened last time, but there it is, out there. I'll cut a little bit of the video out for now. Wow, I made it to the Titan submarine. Anyways, I'll cut more of the video since it takes forever for the people to screw on all the little bolts to make sure it's water sealed. So yeah, we'll probably be under the ocean by the time I start the record button. Well, look where I've made it. I've made it on the Titan submarine. Yeah, we're getting close to the bottom of the ocean, but I'm sure I shouldn't be worried about this water leaking in at all. Oh no, the screen has just turned red for some reason. The sirens are going off. I'm sure nothing bad's going to happen. Oh, please, nothing bad happens. Feels like this thing's been watching me through the entire video. Oh well. Here's the remains of the submarine, since it seems I have unfortunately died because Ocean Gate 2 did not do good at all. So yeah, that's almost about it. Time to roll the credits. Oh no. It seems I have died again. Great, I have to think of more news stories. What should I make a news story of next? At least the elevator's here this time. Let's go up. Actually, why don't I break the fourth wall? Audience who are probably in a classroom right now, please do tell me, what should I report on next? I'll be listening. Anyways, bye.